binoculars, and what do I see? Jersey Devil, Chupacabra, half a dozen Yeti. But no matter, baby, what I do, I can't seem to find you.
Welcome to Featured Creatures.
I won't do it. I'm Alan.
I'm Alex.
I'm Garrett. Not gonna be what was it, George the Second?
No. Now it's Henry Rollins, I am. Henry Rollins, I am. I'm the singer of the band Black Flag, and everyone is my enemy, or something like that. He won't sing that on air. We've tried. By we, I mean not me.
Does everybody dislike Henry Rollins for some reason?
he dissed Bill Bartell of White Flag by not singing his song.
I thought everybody really liked old Hank Rollins.
I did until that moment. When I found that out, it's like, no.
He's got a pretty prolific indie film career, too. He's in a lot of low-budget horror movies.
Jack Frost?
Yeah.
The best of all indie films?
I guess agree to disagree on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish.
Not the horror movie?
See, because that's what I was thinking. Because I do not remember him from Michael Keaton, Jack Frost. I thought I knew that movie well, but I guess not. I'm going to have to go back and watch it again.
This one...
Henry Rollins is fine. He just should have sang that song.
So we have a news report.
Nice. It's been a while since we had one of these.
Cryptid events. Not as long as the others, but...
What was the last news story we had?
Kind-eyed Bigfoot.
That's
Telepathic
right.
football.
Yep. With
4 or 5 episodes ago.
That sounds about right.
I really think as a refresher, people should look that up.
Well, we did. We sent out the tweet a while back
on Twitter.
But it's 4 weeks ago. It's a refresher. You gotta look at this guy's just
I normally
face.
pin the new episode to Twitter.
All right.
But I might have to pin this picture of Bigfoot from 4 weeks ago.
Well, I mean, it's just such a sweet drawing.
Okay. So
which you don't see often. That's why I like it. It's not evil. He's not going to crush your bones.
Well, I think that's kind of the thing that's so endearing about Bigfoot, right?
He's just kind-eyed Bigfoot.
A lot of people are like, no, he's misunderstood. He's a natural creature, and he exists in harmony with nature.
Yeah.
He wants to be our friend.
Because he's a big old lichen.
Angel humanoid shows up in Ohio.
Oh, see, I'm already freaked out about that.
Okay, so Ohio is like the new epicenter.
No, because one was from fucking 2014.
I want it to be the new epicenter.
So this article's filled out as the a report form that you send to Cryptozoology News.
Oh my goodness.
So email omitted. Field ID number 5. I would like to remain anonymous. Your age 43. Your profession firefighter/paramedic. Your county, city, state Sydney.
So we can basically tell who you are already.
When did the sighting take place? Country, state, city Sydney, Ohio. Or county, state, city. When did the event take place? Please specify date and time. Fuck you. No, it says July of 1990, and me reading that, I said fuck you out of response, because stop reporting things 28 years later?
It takes time
to get the balls to admit you saw an angel?
Sometimes, believe it or not.
Well, what if you were waiting for the doomsday of 91? You're like, oh boy, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Well, they wanted...
It didn't happen, but I'm ready for the other doomsday. So I just want to say I saw this in preparation for the second coming.
I'm sure they just wanted the Simpsons Angel episode Backlash to die down. Like, this happened, and then that episode happened, and they were like, well...
They saw the sighting when they were 15.
All right, I don't see how that hurts their credibility.
Yeah.
How long did the sighting last? 45 seconds.
Still good?
I started this so happy, and now I'm just so fucking mad.
How old are they? How old are they now? Or as of the report?
43.
I really hoped it would have been 45. Because what a coincidence! Woo.
What were you doing at the time of the sighting? Walking home. Describe what happened with as many details as possible. I was expecting another one-word answer, but this is 4 paragraphs.
I was exploring a cave behind my house, and it made me want to experience Angel Humanoid.
I was walking home, facing north, in a residential street approximately 1 block from my house. It was a very hot afternoon, and winds were picking up.
Hot, windy Ohio
I could see
day.
my house in the distance. The sky hard turned very dark due to a pretty significant thunderstorm. The sky was very dark in the northern part of the sky, and the blue sky and clouds behind me. It was approximately 1,500 hours. I fucking hate this human. Part of what I'm reading is blocked up by an email I just received from Pokemon Go.
Nice.
As the winds were pocking up.
Well, you got to read it with the spelling errors in there.
Yeah. Something white against the dark sky caught my attention. At first I thought it was a large piece of white paper or sheet. Then I noticed it was like flapping its wings. It flew from my right to left approximately 400 feet up and maybe 120 yards from me at about 25 degrees from my perspective. It was large and very white. It looked humanoid but taller and muscular. My brain could reference anything other than what an angel would look like. It had a huge wingspan and flapped just like a bird's wings would.
Wait, so how many wings did it have, though? Does it say?
Couldn't make out smaller details like hair or facial features, but it had a head, 2 arms, 2 legs, and 2 wings.
Okay, all right.
So it's no fucking seraphim.
I was going to say it's no, just you got to know how many wings it's got.
It was flying from east to west, not with the wind. Leaves and grass were blowing in my direction. I was particularly religious then, or now. Hold on. I'm sure he means wasn't, because I was particularly religious then or now doesn't make sense, but I wasn't particularly religious then or now does make sense. What did it look like? Describe physical features that you saw. Very tall, like 8 or 9 feet. Male features due to a muscular build, all white. Human-like, large white wings. Wingspan approximately 5 to 6 feet from center to tip.
That's not that.
Have you had a sighting before? No.
One-time event.
Fucking 28 years ago.
I wonder what he was doing before, because, local channel TV favorite Minister Max was looking at a pornography magazine, went to an Arby's, and had an experience of seeing hell. Did this guy have a similar experience?
We went to an Arby's.
The way he described the angel made me think of Rob Liefeld describing anything. there's
extremely muscular, very tall.
There's a video of Rob Liefeld and Todd McFarlane designing a character while Stan Lee is talking to them.
Oh my god.
And he's just tearing them apart.
Yeah.
It's so what does he take all this stuff off? No. It's what's he do when he goes home? What's the secret identity? No, he's always overkill. He's never not overkill. And he's just Stan Lee's just tearing them. He's well, was he gonna trip over those wires?
Oh man, and those image.
This guy has Rob Liefeld energy.
It's so weird how Liefeld, he's gone full circle. Right, he went from being just a complete joke. Actually, no, he went from being a serious and respected artist to a complete joke, and just now right back to it. It's gone around. He just seems so lovable. I still love that fucking Levi Jeans commercial. Oh,
okay. That's it. That's our news story.
That was the 90s.
God.
I was expecting 30-foot wingspan, just huge.
Today's featured creature. I didn't write down a bunch of stuff for this one because
it ain't real.
Because it branched off into so many different things.
Really?
So I'm fuck it. I'm just going to do all of them. So instead of writing it down, I'm just going to read from my phone.
Okay.
So atmospheric jellyfish.
I'm actually really interested in this one.
Atmospheric jellyfish are flying jellyfish that have been sighted floating in the atmosphere.
Are there any pictures of this one, alleged photos?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go to just Google atmospheric jellyfish.
I'm gonna.
And go to one should be you'll see it.
Yeah.
Atmospheric jellyfish are a type of UFO as well.
Interesting.
The unexplained phenomena has been cited by hundreds of people across the globe, from China to Norway, including top meteorological scientists, military bases, and cities. These sightings prompted speculation on what the creatures really were. According to NASA, never a straight answer, these creatures...
Exactly.
I do not believe that. NASA's good.
NASA's okay.
These creatures may be the result of space debris reflecting off of the northern lights.
Okay.
NASA also launched... What? Oh. That's really cool.
What?
NASA has also launched 60,000 jellyfish into Earth's orbit during their From Undersea to Outer Space experiment.
You know what? Yeah, that sounds oddly familiar.
These produced atmospheric jellyfish may yield insight into the sighted atmospheric jellyfish.
Wait, what?
Hold on. They were in like a
because that's
a vessel, right?
Well, at first
they didn't just send 60.
Like, oh, just shotgunning them to space, and then I was like, oh no, they'd put him in something. But now it's like, oh,
hold on, I'm opening a new tab.
Yeah, this is important.
This is the meat and potatoes of what we do. This is the first real science we're conducting here. We're gonna research NASA's atmospheric jellyfish program. Ooh, wow. Why didn't we get any of those? The atmospheric sunfish. I'm not gonna lie, that would spook the hell out of me. Big ol' friggin' sunfish, just whoop, whoop.
Okay, yeah, they definitely did this, and I don't know if they also released some into the atmosphere because science, but they were using jellyfish as guinea pigs for testing,
like pressure, right?
No, for like. Babies born in space might not, blah, blah, blah. Jellyfish babies, at least, have to deal with massive vertigo on Earth after spending their first few days of life in space.
Yeah, that sounds correct.
Yeah.
Wow. Everybody always
NASA first started sending jellyfish to space aboard the Columbia Space Shuttle during the early 90s to test how spaceflight would affect their development. As cool as being an astronaut baby sounds, the jellies didn't develop the same gravity sensing capabilities as the Earthly relatives. Jellyfish tell up from down through calcium sulfate crystals that ring the bottom edge of their mushroom-like bodies. Crystals are housed in little pockets. So
is he just kind of spinning around in a circle endlessly? Trying to get a center of balance? Or
So, as far as I can tell from that very limited amount of research you all heard,
never a straight answer.
I don't think they shot them, like had them just in the atmosphere.
They just cannoned them up there.
Like slingshot.
I imagine more like a high altitude kind of crop dusting, where you just like, you just rain out jellyfish.
Okay.
That seems unnecessarily cruel.
Sightings. The mid-20th century. To be fair, I am 70% sure that they didn't just put jellyfish into the atmosphere. But the 30% of me that is like, I wonder what would happen.
Yeah.
Thinks that another scientist was thinking, I wonder what would happen, and did it.
Yeah, they did.
So I'm not sure that they didn't. But,
It was the final frontier of just crazy ideas.
Yeah. Okay, so since the mid-20th century, these mysterious creatures have been sighted numerous times and have gained substantial recognition. Jesus Christ, that's not even a hard word.
It's a very common word.
It was that guy.
Why'd my mouth dumb like that?
It was his angel story.
It happened.
I am still very angry.
Yes.
And now I'm angry and confused at NASA.
Yes.
Okay. Recognition from the media and scientific community alike. It is one of the few UFO phenomena to be recognized and researched by the scientific community, while additionally still filling the headlines of newspapers. Some of the most notable examples include, and here is the list of multiple ones that I'm like, shit, if I do, I'd have to write all of these down, so take up multiple pages of my book, and that's not going to happen. Okay, number 1. Depending on how much more extra information, we might do these guys again, instead of just the basic.
Yeah.
Number 1, the Dutch flying jellyfish. That is a good picture. That's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Point it this way. Oh, yeah. That was the first one that I saw.
The Dutch flying jellyfish is an atmospheric jellyfish sighted in the Netherlands by Harry Purton. Harry Purton ventured out after a storm last week to take photos for his blog after he saw beautiful skies from his windows. He was not expecting to capture pictures of something unusual. But he was surprised upon checking his camera when he got home. He saw a jellyfish UFO. I don't know why I'm doing this voice.
It's your like newscaster voice.
Qingjian flying jellyfish. The Qingjian flying jellyfish is an atmospheric jellyfish sighted by Chinese Air Force pilot and 104 ground officials on Monday, October 19th, 1998 in Qingjian, China. Jellyfish anomaly of Petrosavotsky. I'm going to have to say that name again. The jellyfish anomaly of Petrosavotsky was a first documented sight. How can I read that fine, but not recognition?
I don't know.
Psychological effects. You're not able to... The definition of recognition is destroying your perception of recognition. It's like, is this a what?
The jellyfish anomaly of Petrosavotsky was the first documented sighting of an atmospheric jellyfish, a type of atmospheric beast that was sighted by hundreds of local people, including Yuri Gromov and Nikolai Milov, above the skies of Petrovadotsky, Russia, on September 20th, 1977. The sighting prompted speculation on what the creature really was. The Norwegian atmospheric jellyfish. The Norwegian atmospheric jellyfish is an atmospheric jellyfish sighted in Norway by Per on Milatskin. Leading scientists theorize it may have been caused by light from the aurora being bounced off a space satellite.
Aurora Borealis.
Oh, cool. So it's fun that this whole thing just straight up lies to you, telling you that the Petrosavotsky one was the first one. Atmospheric jellyfish timeline. November 17th, 1974. The first known sighting of an atmospheric jellyfish. When first shown to the public in 1979, it soon became the object of intense research, including the Danish military. September 20th, 1977. Petrosavotsky. 1985. The first sighting of the UFO, later to be linked with the Belarusian sky squid, is sighted above Minsk, Belarus. October 19th, 1998. The Chinese one. October 24th, 1999. Second sighting of the Belarusian sky squid. Gonna have to do that, aren't we?
The Belarusian sky squid?
Yep.
That sounds like another cousin to the Appalachian mud squid.
January 20th, 2010. The Norwegian atmospheric jellyfish. April 12th, 2012. The Toronto aerial jellyfish is sighted in the skies above Toronto, Canada. Late December 2012, the NASA jellyfish anomaly was sighted via NASA cameras recording an object in the sky. June 1st, 2015, the Dutch flying jellyfish. Those are the sightings.
So these really are kind of a global phenomenon.
Yeah, and that's it. We already covered the theories because this isn't structured as a regular episode. Should I just click on the link for the Belarusian sky squid and just see what that's up about?
You should. I definitely think you should do that.
Cool. Let's do that.
All these pictures of different kinds of atmospheric jellyfish. Some obvious hoaxes and...
See, at least these ones can't just be, oh, it's a fucking cloud.
Right. Like it's a specific kind of cloud.
These are something that's glowing.
Yeah, it's got a shape and a constant form it presents itself in.
I mean, the first one just looks like a song.
Wow. So, Belarusian sky squid. Here's a photograph of a glass squid, which is one of the few creatures that matches the sighting. Glass squids look cool.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I'm going to Google one right now.
Creature type, atmospheric beast. In 1985, an Aeroflot plane reported sighting a bright light while flying over Minsk, while en route to...
How do you pronounce that? How do you spell that one?
That was me trying to figure out how to pronounce Tbilisi.
Oh, I gotta see it. I actually might be able to... Where's it at? What's the location?
Belarus.
Oh no, I have no idea.
To Tallinn. I'm sorry, Belarusians.
These Cyrillic in Belarus, right?
The mysterious light was sighted again on December 24th, 1999, revealing itself to be a cigar-shaped UFO, also known as air rods.
Air rods.
That was sighted above the skies of Vitebsk, Belarus. Or as Jesus in South Park says, Belarus.
As everyone says, Belarus.
This particular creature exhibited bioluminescence and semi-transparency, qualities similar to that of jellyfish or squids. The sighting, the cigar-shaped UFO, brighter than clouds, color blue and red, the color of the cloud at sunset, like an aircraft but without wings and tail, angular size about 3 CE times 0.5 CE? I wish I was smart enough to know what that meant.
Metric, you win again.
It might not be metric because it's... Who knows?
Well, it's giving you like area measurements.
I just know what CE is. The front part profile was rounded and asymmetrical. The rear part seemed blurred, observed by 2 witnesses. The object is moving northeast, elevation about 40 CE, climb -5 CE.
Oh, okay.
So since I'm not an air traffic controller or playing those games,
Not a big into the air flight sims.
the object was brighter than sky at the time and slightly fluorescent. The object color was blue with red as the color of the clouds at sunset. The distance from the object was estimated as very high. There was no any noise all the time.
Well, I mean, this is like being translated, presumably.
I'll take
This
credit
might be-
for my dumb bad mouth when
This
I
might
say
be
something
this
dumb
might be
and bad.
like bad Google Translate of something in Belarusian.
After 3-4 seconds, the object suddenly vanished. One of the witnesses stated that the object disintegrated into dots and vanished.
Whoa,
Pretty cool.
you're like staticked out.
Alright, people think it might have been a mirage.
It was sabotage.
During that night, the air temperature decreased from -1 Celsius to -10 Celsius. The sun was set.
Sorry.
I'm also sorry.
So it doesn't have anything on the... Oh, no, yeah, it does. Okay. So that's the Belarusian sky squid.
For now. And maybe forever.
Just people saw it, and then they used a bunch of air traffic control and a flight.
Some flight lingo
All right. That's it for that.
for sky squids.
Atmospheric jellyfish. We may go do individual ones.
The
May
upper
add a new
air
segment for
cephalopods.
creatures that don't have a big section.
I see. Maybe. Plus, I just love the idea of the atmospheric beast. It's so
I
silly.
really
and fun.
hope that this episode doesn't re-spark the atmospheric beef.
It never died down. It was never actually
did.
squashed.
It just stopped happening.
It just nobody was reporting on it. I didn't mean it wasn't happening.
Well,
No comment.
I'll comment. Fuck atmospheric beasts.
What? Did you hear that? That is the fan of a flame going.
Yeah, I got my fucking bellows.
Well, he's trying to do it. He's trying to reignite the war.
So, plugamendations.
Definitely atmospheric beast. That's the.
Ah, you bastard.
What's the Beastie Boys album that has sabotage on it?
Is that?
License to Ill?
Yeah.
I think it's Licensed to Ill. I think so. Oh,
Maybe?
I'm plugging that.
Pretty sure.
I'm gonna plug that. I'll plug that.
Maybe. Does Intergalactic have it?
No.
Because I have License to Ill on my phone, so if I don't have Sabotage, then it's not License to Ill. Beastie Boys. I love the Beastie Boys.
They're pretty alright. She's on it. No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
Okay. Those, what you just said, are on License to Ill, but not Sabotage.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Brass Monkey's also on License to Ill.
That is also a great song.
I haven't thought of something for this one.
I can plug something else if you want.
No.
something else.
You can keep Beastie Boys.
No, I mean like just in addition to Beastie Boys.
No,
Just
no.
Keep plugging stuff.
You got yours. You don't have to do any other legwork.
Okay.
You got anything, Alan, while I'm tumbling in my own brain?
Yeah, I finished a book recently, an exhibition catalog of an art show. Just happened. I didn't go to it 'cause it's in New York. Thing is called, Everything is Connected, Art and Conspiracy. With the exception of the incredibly stupid reference to hyperobjects in the beginning, it's actually great. Hyperobjects are bad. Don't ever get into that.
What are hyperobjects?
It's
For the
a
uninitiated?
philosophical offshoot of object-oriented ontology, which has its own mess, and basically was a movement made to scam artists. But they say that objects can never be known in any way because we can only perceive their human abilities, and they hate Kant for saying that. But they're just doing what Kant said, but to make a bunch of money.
I see.
And when criticized about it, Graham Harmon's like, how dare like Ray Brassier say that the movement's over? We've made over 20 books when he made one. And it's like, well, there you go. But also, anyway, so that's how they say all objects can never be perceived or known in any way. So hyperobjects is the same exact thing, but with a cooler sounding word. Go by his book.
All right.
But it's dumb.
Wow. I hate philosophy so much.
I love it, but I hate hyperobjects. No, it's the analytical continental divide is ending, so I'm actually pretty stoked. You'd be into it.
Interesting.
We're getting to like actual praxis.
Wow.
Hopefully.
I mean, I like old-timey philosophy, back when it was like, if it was an unknown science, so you're a philosopher. We don't have a word for sociology yet. You're a philosopher.
Well, they still, those people still exist. The Natural Philosophers Alliance. They just say that gravity's not real and stuff. And I kind of, they're right. They're not right.
I'm pretty sure gravity's real.
But no one can explain why gravity's real.
They can't,
But they could, but it's a fucking cabal that's not letting them use CERN. If they could use CERN, it would all be proven.
Wait, why can't they? What do you mean they can't prove gravity's real?
Because it should go both ways.
I mean, I guess.
That's
I mean,
all
like,
these guys.
Like maybe? I don't know.
They can prove gravity's real, they just can't explain how it works.
I mean, I guess.
Because for magnetism, you can explain how that works, because you can like get at the shit to see.
Sure.
But for gravity, there's nothing really to look at other than what it does, the force it exerts, not it.
Okay, so what you mean is we're looking for the phlogiston, as it were.
Yeah.
Nobody exactly knew what fire was for like ever. It must be phlogiston. That's what fire's made of. Like as it turns out, it's just like a plasmoid.
Yeah. So I'm gonna plug Gaslands.
All right, that's fair.
I've been hearing about this all day. What's Gaslands? I'm excited to know.
At the time of recording, haven't actually played a game yet.
None of us have.
But by the time this comes out, we'll have been playing for 3 weeks because we're playing tonight.
We're supposed to. I might be dead, though.
Too bad, you're still playing.
Use my corpse as terrain.
That's an option.
It's a tabletop miniature game where you use Hot Wheel cars.
And corpses as terrain.
That you can modify or just use the plain Hot Wheels.
Oh, that's pretty fun.
And you can get, if you just Google Gaslands, the first thing should be the website, and it has the books and the templates for your movement and shit. Looking
the best thing, I think the best thing about it is that like it's cheap. Like you can buy
like the setting for it is like a post-apocalyptic Mad Max style fucking. It's Mad Max car combat. It's like Twisted Metal, but like a tabletop.
See, I would say more like Twist, because I was reading through the thing and like not everything is like ruined.
Yeah,
some things are more like slightly worse Blade Runner.
The short of the story is it alters history where like after the moon landing we went to Mars, landed on Mars. Rich people colonized Mars, and then like Earth was left with just people who couldn't afford to go to Mars, and then Mars overthrew the Earth government, created a reality TV show called Gaslands where it's just hyper-violent car combat, and It is currently 2018, the 10th anniversary of the Gaslands television show.
The Martian corporations have conquered Earth. It's like my favorite thing.
Yeah, you can use any vehicle from a motorcycle to a tank or a helicopter. It looks really fun, and I've modified a few cars. And number one fan Maha's modified 6 cars, and his are fucking beautiful.
Yeah, I gotta get my compressor.
Mine looks super shitty compared to his.
So these cars have like stats, you just knock them down?
They have a base stat for what kind of car, and then you can add weapons to them by increasing their point value.
It's I think in the game they call it Rule of Carnage, but people who play a lot of tabletops will be more familiar with the Rule of Cool. Just generally, like whatever is the most fun and exciting thing, just go with that.
Yeah, so if something happens and you can't find an exact thing in the rule book, whatever causes the most carnage to both players happens.
Yeah. But like I said, it's cheap. I mean, we went to the like Walmart and Target and stuff, and these cars are like between like $2 to $3 for expensive ones and like 78 cents to 30 cents for cheap ones. Like, luckily our Target was having a sale, and we got a bunch of cars that were 38 cents a pop. Yeah, it's not for really Hot Wheels are $1 a piece and are way better quality. It's just but nice the other ones were cheap and fun. Yep. You print out all the templates and everything. You use regular 6-sided die. Like we were talking about the cost, and you spend like $25-ish to get like just to if everybody had to buy the book and some cars, and you just go. You're good to go.
Cool.
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff, like the book isn't free, but a lot of the stuff is.
Yep. A lot of it's free to play. And I think the PDF version of the book is much cheaper as well.
Yeah. Send us an email at feature... Son of a bitch. Son of a goddamn bitch.
How did you not get Featured Creatures, by the way? How did we not get that?
It was already taken.
Did you see? You should have checked everything. You should check
I found websites.
Wow.
I found a Facebook page called, like, multiple ones called Featured Creatures, but it's just them talking about an actual animal.
Interesting.
And there were no podcasts. So
man, see, there's got to be like a service where you can just like put in something and see if there's an available email address
somewhere.
For it. Yeah.
I've been thinking about starting an actual website for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
If we get that's what instead of getting a new RSS feed, I might just start a website.
Interesting.
But I want to pick a weird thing instead of .com. Like, I know you can get .horse.
Can we do .XXX? Can we do that one?
Featured Creatures .XXX. Featured Creature After Dark.
I just want it to be the movie Triple X.
Oh man, nice. We gotta see if we do that, then we can have the Vin Diesel crossover.
If he hasn't gone on multiple tabletop game podcasts, he's not going to come on ours.
I guess that's
What
true.
if we're naming after the movie he's in?
So, my favorite thing about Vin Diesel... I'm plugging Vin Diesel now. My favorite thing about Vin Diesel...
I mean, it's a good segue, right? Gaslands, Diesel.
My favorite thing about Vin Diesel is he'll just say that a sequel to something is coming out.
Oh yeah,
in interviews. Like he'll be like, oh yeah, we're gonna make Iron Giant 2, and then you talk to anyone else involved, like no, we're not doing that.
Ignore Vin.
He just constantly says that, like, oh, we're working on like Pitch Black 15.
Wow.
See, but that's smart. I've said this before. Like, I think that's his strategy. Is like he'll just say it's happening, so that like the hype gets real, and then the studio's like, well, I mean, people are just ready to throw money at us. We got to do it.
Yeah. Okay. I love Vin Diesel. He's a good boy.
He seems like a nice guy.
He does not like The Rock.
That's so funny.
I think The Rock is stealing his franchise from him.
I think that's a work, but I can see why though, because there's a sequel. There's like a Fast and the Furious spin-off. That's just The Rock and Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Which is genuinely funny to me.
And I will say the only Fast and the Furious movie I have seen was the first one.
Really? You haven't seen any others?
No.
The only one
because I wasn't interested in car movies when they were coming out, and then like Fast 5 is when it got good.
See, I also don't really like car movies, but I like the sort of absurdity of, because the first Fast and the Furious is like an actual movie. It's a little bit crazy with its like,
and then like racing. 5 onwards is like Death Race with Casanova Frankenstein.
Oh man, no, like 2 is when it gets absurd. Where they have like the ejector seat bit at the end of the movie and stuff. Yeah, they reverse the nitrous oxide thing, like an empty tube under one of the seats and like unbolt it. So it's like, okay, like when he's in the thing and they just like hit a thing and the door flies off and it ejector seats the guy like off a bridge into the it's just nuts. I mean, that's the one that had like the EMP harpoon where like Paul Walker's got to like pull the thing out of his car because it's like ruining his electrical system. No, I love the difference between sort of real kind of true crime gangland. It's like Reservoir Dogs, but with street racing kind of thing. And then after that, it's just like insane action movie. And then Tokyo Drift is kind of the low point, and then they just kind of get better after that. Or just more of the insane action. They rip off the Italian Job with like the Mini Coopers thing. They do a whole bunch of stuff.
I did love that scene in the Italian Job.
I mean, they even ripped that Mini Cooper thing off for Expendables 3 with Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis driving through the dealership in the Cooper.
One of our friends. His Twitter is @rook@me. He recently just watched all of them for the first time.
Oh, I see.
Wow. And I want to plug his
His persona.
No, I want to plug his Twitch stream.
Oh, does he stream via Twitch? I don't know why I thought he was streaming through like YouTube or something. Because he streams his cosplay stuff, right?
Yeah, he does that on Instagram.
Yeah, I was actually a guest on one of his cosplay streams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, literally, Elijah was standing around and watched Dragon Maid, but yeah.
Well, if you follow him on Twitter or on Instagram, his Instagram is @afoamsmith. You should be able to get a link somewhere to one of his streams. They're pretty good.
Okay.
He plays League of Legends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he watched the Fast movies recently.
Yeah, I saw his tweet about that he was like, "Oh, I've never seen these before. I love cars now."
Maybe we'll get
I mean, I
him to
feel
play
like that's a
Gaslands.
summary of this. Get him to play Gaslands.
Okay, let's actually end this episode.
No more rambling.
Featuredcreaturepod@gmail.com. Featuredcreaturepod@gmail.com is the email address we got distracted by.
Yep.
Shoot us anything at Twitter @Feacre, Feacre. I think that's it. We have an Instagram that's Featured Creatures. Our Patreon. If we're gonna add a diploma to the Patreon tiers, might already be there by then.
Maybe it might be up as of the release of this episode.
So, thank you. And remember, all you need to be a cryptozoologist is to say you're a cryptozoologist.
Vin Diesel's on our next episode.